Brazil has been under the global spotlight in recent months as it prepares to host the Football World Cup and the next Olympics. Its economy has also been a major focus as of late, but little known are its efforts to modernize its armed forces and boost its military exports. For now, Brazil's defense minister says his country is a growing geopolitical power trying to find its place in the world. Stephen Gibbs reports.
This is a country with no enemies. There hasn't been a war here for over 140 years. But Brazil is now the world's 7th biggest economy, with first world ambitions. And what do all first world countries have in common? Military strength.
The fact that Brazil has a bigger presence in world affairs also makes it more likely that some of our actions or decisions may not please some of our partners. And although we want to keep all these relations peaceful, we cannot be sure.
Brazil has plenty to defend. This is a continental-sized country with 10 borders. The world's largest freshwater reserves and recently discovered oil.
As soon as we discover petroleum at 200 miles away of our coast, we don't want pirates coming up, jump on the platform and asking for nothing.
So Brazil is both becoming a major customer for foreign military hardware and rebuilding its own defense industry.
Brazil is proud of the fact that it hasn't been involved in a significant war for almost 150 years. But does that make it more difficult to sell defense equipment?
Brazil has two selling points when it comes to arms. The displays here are similar to those at equivalent exhibits in the US and Europe. Often its equipment is cheaper than the world's biggest brands. And in a region where there's still plenty of suspicion of the US, it has the advantage for some that it's not American. One issue is that hardly any of these weapons have ever been battle-tested.
The fact that we are not involved in armed conflicts does hinder us a bit, but we cannot use conflict to boost our industry. We have to develop our own technologies to meet our country's needs, aside from conflict.
It's here where the country intends to build its first nuclear-powered submarine. Once this project is completed, Brazil will join a very exclusive club of countries that manufacture their own nuclear submarine. It's perhaps no coincidence that the others, the United States, Russia, Britain, France and China, are the permanent members of the United Nations Security Council, a group Brazil has long been lobbying to join. But proponents of the project say it's practicality, not pride, that's driving this. The country has also just signed a $4.5 billion deal to buy 36 fighter jets from Swedish manufacturer Saab. Recent allegations of spying by the US against President Rousseff apparently helped persuade her not to buy American. Brazil's message is just because it doesn't have an enemy doesn't mean it can't join that club. Stephen Gibbs, CCTV, Rio de Janeiro.